Bronco fans and football fans everywhere. Welcome to the Broncos Buzz on the MHRT network, as well as our own channel, Broncos Buzz on YouTube. This is a show that is everything Broncos and brought to you with emotion, passion, honesty, and of course, my comments, Spence's comments, our special guest comments, Jack, and your comments, I should say. I'm sorry, I almost missed your comments in the chat. We are Broncos Buzz. All right, guys, before we get started, Jack Kenna, welcome. Welcome to the show, man. Really do appreciate it.
Thank you so much, gentlemen, for having me on. I've been a long-time follower of the show, so it's a privilege to be able to hop on with you guys and talk some sports.
Great, man. Hey, look, looks like it's a nice day where in your backyard, wherever you are. You're
not raining
right?
Today. Yeah, I go out here. If you guys see me on the Wild Wild West, I'm usually outside. So when you live in California, normally you have decent weather, so you can actually be outside.
Okay. Speaking of weather and stuff, how has your week been? Tell us how you've been.
Oh, the week's good. I'm just so happy it is the weekend. So that's even better than the week.
That's right.
It was fabulous, except for was it yesterday? Not so good for me.
Okay. Well, we won't go into that. How's that? We won't go down that road. Spence, how was your week, my friend?
You know what? It was a good week. Got a lot done. Finally figured out and diagnosed why I'm having back problems and hip problems and everything. So we're solving those problems so that I can get back on the volleyball court and play 7 games and not just 4 or 5. So that's a good thing.
Nice.
Wait. 7 games, dude, of volleyball? That would tear me. 7 minutes would tear me up. Not 7 games. 7 minutes would tear me up, man.
I've got a 10-year-old son who's 5'6", talks trash, wants to play sports all the time. He's out back right now with 3 buddies playing baseball.
You got that big of a yard?
No. What they do is they play with wiffle ball.
Wiffle ball.
Well, they hit it in the other neighbor's backyard. Knock, knock, knock.
Yeah.
Can we get a ball?
They hit it in the neighbor's
yard, right?
Oh, that's hilarious.
Get those wiffle balls over the fence. Got the big mean dog, next door.
Yep.
That's cool. That's great stuff, man. Great stuff. All right, let's jump in the chat real quick before we start the show. David Yonkin, bat lead off. Nice to see you, my friend. Says someone explain. This is good. I read this earlier. Someone explain how Bo throws on the run and 90% of his throws go towards the knees of the wide receivers, and he expects them to run after the catch. What do you guys think?
He's short-arming it.
What do you think, Jack? You saw it last night.
It's just not being accurate. I mean, if you can't get it there, don't throw it there.
Do you guys think it's I personally think, and I know people have said many times, no, it's not, there's not a sophomore jinx, or not this or not that. I tend to disagree. I think it's a combination of things. I think it's unfortunately, I'm going to say this from my heart. Unfortunately, we won 10 games last year. Now the bar is raised higher because of what he did in his rookie year. I'm thinking that the playbook has gotten more complicated. There's film on Bo Nix for all these other teams, and they know his tendencies. And I think that that's all coming into play. What do you guys think? Go ahead, Jack.
Go ahead, Spence. I'll follow.
I was just going to say, the play calling has become really predictable. You know when a screen pass is coming. You know when a dump off is coming. You know when we're not throwing the ball down the field. And last night, he threw it past 20 yards twice. Once was intercepted into double coverage going deep, which I wasn't too upset about because it's almost like a punt. It's better than most of the punts we had last night.
Well, the wind did play a part. 15-mile-per-hour winds, 25-mile-per-hour gusts. What do you mean?
And 5-mile-per-hour shanks.
True.
And then the other pass where Franklin was wide open was woefully underthrown and should have been picked off.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the one thing that Bo Nix needs to improve upon is stretching the field. Jack, this is what I loved about your Raiders in the 80s, 70s and 80s and 90s. They stretched the field. They were once a quarter, or at least, once a quarter, maybe more. They were throwing the ball over 20 yards, throwing the deep bombs, and they would go get them. We're not stretching the field as the Broncos.
Well, do you feel that's because, maybe because since Mims was out, right? Isn't he one of your deep threat guys?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
He is, but Franklin's a good deep threat guy too, but they're not using him on these go patterns.
Cortland Sutton didn't really show up last night. I were they double teaming him? Is something going on with this guy? Because in the last couple of games, they haven't really featured him. I know he was double teamed last week. I mean, that's an obvious thing. He was double teamed, but I don't know where he was last night. Franklin was the most featured guy. He's the only one that caught the touchdown.
Right.
So I don't know. I
will say that I do think that throw by Bo running on outside, he going deep on that play that you were just talking about. There was 2 guys on him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean that why not? Again, I would have said, hey, just get that out of bounds, and let's go to the next play versus trying to force something there was no chance.
Yeah, and that's what's my concern with Bo Nix is that he tries to make the perfect play, and when you're throwing in double coverage, that means somebody else is open. How are you not seeing that other guy? That's my thought.
And with Bo too, and I do see the regression in Bo this year because you think about it, you guys have an all-world defense, if not the best defense in all the NFL.
Some would argue Houston, but okay, I'll go there.
Offensive line in the NFL. So it's like, where's the shortcomings? And I agree that he's predictable now. And again, I also agree that the league has kind of figured him out. But I was trying to watch a little something before I came on because last night I was watching Bill's show. And so I was just watching it, listening to the game on my phone. And I figured, okay, after, it was over, I'd go watch the game. But then Bill and I started talking for like 3 hours. So I ended up never getting to watch
that long, dude.
Only 3 hours?
It's funny, but it's funny you mentioned that.
Where, we both are getting older. Like, okay, it's time for bed.
It's funny you mentioned that because Madunga says whenever I talk to Bill, it's like I gotta go. I gotta go. It's like been an hour. That's classic, dude. That's classic. But David Yonkin.
Hey, what's up, Yonkin? I hope you're feeling better, bro. I hope you're doing well.
Yeah, David Yonkin said, "Nice to see you, Jack." There you go, man. There you go. Look at that. Flying Dragons giving you love too. What's up, bro?
What's up,
Jack?
Amen.
That's good, man. That's good. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Like to see it.
What's this, David Spence? You got glasses? I've always been wearing glasses. I got new glasses. That's about it.
Maybe that's it. I don't know. How about this one by David Yonker? Bo looks like to me he's trying to force feed Franklin too much. We mentioned that last Monday on the show, right?
Yeah.
Spence, you and I mentioned that. It looks like he is trying to force feed Franklin.
It's weird that Bo was building this great bond with Cortland Sutton last year. In November, December, he was the man. And now I don't know why Cortland Sutton is not being targeted more. Yes, he got 3 catches for 24 yards yesterday, but Franklin was
double covered.
So.
But wait a minute. If he's double covered, why'd you throw into Franklin who's double covered? It doesn't make any sense.
Someone else is open. Is Bo just so got Jim Everett feet? And it's like as soon as he looks at his first option, that's not open. He's looking to run or looking with happy feet, trying to get out of there instead of trying to go option 1, option 2, option 3, then maybe run. Right. I think he's not letting the play develop. Now, granted, the Raiders got a good pass rush going last night, and they were
that doggone
scoring.
Crosby was all world last night.
Yes,
He totally single-handedly, in my opinion, disrupted the entire offensive line. Absolutely.
I agree. He didn't show up on the stat sheet, but all the the false starts, the holdings, just the penalties. I think there's more penalties called against trying to go against him than he had any stats.
Oh, absolutely. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. And I'll tell you what, without Crosby, seriously, take Crosby out of the equation, Bo Nix has plenty of time. Bo Nix would have plenty of time in that offense. But Crosby coming off the edge, forcing him out, putting him into harm's way on the other side of the defense, it's a very surprise to me. And we'll get into analyzing. We always go to the chat first, but we'll get into analyzing the entire game. But that's it. What really surprised me, Jack and Spence, was the fact that the Raiders didn't capitalize on all of those miscues that the Broncos had.
Yeah, that first half score could have easily have been 21-7. Easily.
No doubt.
Very easily.
In the neighborhood that we should be down 10-0 or 14-0.
Oh, yeah, that first half, I mean, again, not seeing it, but just hearing and reading what I could, I mean, the defenses, were there, and the offenses really couldn't do a ton of stuff as a whole. But when you talked about it, Bill, it's like the Raiders only had 11 pressures on Bo. And, watching the highlight stuff, he does have that happy feet. And I don't remember him last year acting the way he's doing it this year. It's like he gets nervous too fast.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Now, I'm going to throw this out there before we actually dive into dissecting the game last night, because I have a couple of comments about last night that I didn't bring in already. I got to throw this out there. I want you guys both and anybody in the chat to comment. Okay, here it is. The boos that rained down on Bo Nix last night, do you feel they were legit? Do you feel it got into his head? But here's the thing that I want you guys to comment on. Bo Nix says he heard boos in college. It doesn't bother him. I say B freaking S. BS. This is the NFL. This is your home stadium. Your fans are outraged at your performance, and they're booing you literally off the field. That has to sting. That has to hurt. What do you think, guys?
I think it's two folds. One, the fans were just frustrated with the lackadaisical attitude of the offense, and just no drive, no organization, and they were taking it out on not just Bo Nix, but I think the offense in general. And Bo Nix, after the boos started coming down, and you see fans going doing this, throwing their hats, doing all this stuff and all that. And I think that really pushed Bo Nix to try to make extra plays and not stay within the offense. Yes, he did make some good plays, but then there were some other bad throws and some other questionable aspects. Overall, I mean, if we have to give the Broncos defense, I give an A+ to. They won that game last night by far.
Special teams too, with that block punt.
With that block punt, yeah, but I can't give them an A because our punter shanked 4 punts. Jack, you could have punted the ball farther than he could have last night. Oh, and we wasted a 6th-round draft pick on this guy? Really? Yeah. Offense, I give it a D-, lowest passing grade, because you did win the game. Now, this is something that either Sean Payton's got to change how he calls the plays and really go deep into the playbook and look to call different things, or he's got to hand off his ability and play calling ability to someone else, because it's predictable. It's how many times, Bill, how many times have you and I texted each other? It's like they're coming out of the huddle, screen pass. Mm-hmm. Guess what happens? Screen pass.
If we can see it, we know they can.
Yeah.
What do you think, Jack, on that?
Well, I think it's always bad, as fans, we see it, but, people that are supposed to be professionals don't. And I can say the same thing for my Raiders team. We've been screaming, "What's up, Nav?" We've been screaming, forever on Chip Kelly, the highest paid offensive coordinator. I've had NFL players saying, "Oh, he's running a college offense." Well, come on, make it so it's not a college offense and predictable. So,
well, here's the way I look at it. Okay, like I referenced this earlier. The Broncos of Bo Nix and Sean Payton won 10 games last year. So now the expectations are to win 11, 12, or 13, whatever, right? It's a harder schedule. There's film on Bo Nix. And Sean Payton, in my estimation, has taken Bo Nix from elementary school playbook to college playbook. You can't do that. You can't fast forward like that. You have baby steps. Nobody can just jump from, kindergarten to high school. It's just not going to happen. David Young says, if you or anyone else thinks Sean will change, then please let me know when. Wow.
Yeah. Good. Very good point.
Very good point. Very good.
And by the way, we missed, got to go back. New person to the show, Deltron.
6060. What's up? Sports
What's
fans
up?
saying
we. Deltron.
Wait, sports fans saying we is hilarious. Okay, I gotta ask you, why do you say we is hilarious? Okay, if you're a fan, if I'm a huge Bronco fan, I'm a huge Cubs fan, I'm a huge Avalanche fan. Okay, I say we all the time because I align myself with the team. Do I help the team win physically? No. Emotionally, yes. That's where the connection comes in. Why do you think there are fans? Fans are short for fanatics. Why do people show up at the game? Because they support their team emotionally, not physically, but emotionally. So therefore, I feel connected. That's why I say we.
And it's also a part of our voices. So as us being fans in the stands, if you can make it harder for the offense, that's big. And fans ultimately, have put pressure on the owners of the teams, depending on, how coaches, players, and, you get enough people saying the same thing and owners going, "Hey, that's my check."
Yep.
So we do have power, but not physical power like that.
Right. No, but you got a good point, because how many times have games changed because an offense, or in baseball or hockey or whatever, that momentum shifts. You hear it all the time where announcers will say the momentum is shifting because the crowd is now in it. Or if the crowd is taken out of it, they say the crowd is out of it, the team is flat. You hear it all the time. So, excuse me, you're right. The fans do have a way of influencing the game and the play on the field because of the noise. They say Kansas City Arrowhead Stadium is one of the loudest stadiums in the NFL, and it's been proven that there's a lot of false starts or a lot of delayed games because they just can't hear. So you're right, fans do play a part. That's why we say we.
And to go back to Bo, what Nav just said sounds eerily familiar, right, Jack? And 8-2 teams scared. Well, the way I would look at it is your team is rocks, but if you're in the playoffs, just imagine, you got a Patrick Mahomes or an Allen, type quarterback. I kind of feel like Bo is this year. I'm not saying he's young. He can definitely improve, but that makes me, if I was the Broncos, fan, that would make me nervous. Not so much the regular season, but once you get to the playoffs, based on, the talent level that you're going to see week in and week out at that point with this level of play.
Yep. All right. Let's get to the first topic. We got 20 minutes and we're not even the first topic. We kind of glazed over it by bringing the chat.
Hang on one sec.
What?
Mom's chiming in.
Yes. Does mom still love me?
Not anymore.
What?
Like your hat, Spence, I sent Bill's photo to Rivian for men. They will contact him soon. Tell Jack hi. Is he married?
What do you mean? Wait, what do you mean Revion? What's that supposed to be?
I don't know. I don't know what Revion is.
I sent Bill's picture to Revion. What the hell?
I don't know what Revion is either.
I just read what my mom texts.
Ask her what it means. What is Revion?
Mom, what's Revion? Revion. Mom, what is that? I don't know. Is that
hang on a second. Hang on a second.
Oh, by the way,
magazine?
Okay, Google.
Spence, number. I'm on number 2.
Mean?
I'm on number 2.5.
Nice.
Often spelled réveillon or réveillon, is a long festive dinner held on Christmas Eve or New Year's Eve in France and other places with French influence. Like
I think that's just messed up.
You know what, Mom? Give me. You see, Jack. My family's always part of this show. You know, if my mom and dad love watching the show, they have a bunch of friends over. They're all around the couch watching us on a big
God, they're laughing their freaking heads off right now. That guy, he thinks it's a French thing. He's totally wrong.
So when Mom and Dad went up, Rivian Cosmetics. I don't.
Okay.
Do I got that many wrinkles? What's going on here? Huh? Do I need a head? What's going on? Come on, seriously. Gee, wait.
Shiny light.
She went from loving me to trying to make me look like a female.
Oh, that's my mom.
Okay.
She's happily married. Right, Mom? Oh, she's texting back. Anyways, first topic.
What first topic? We ain't got no topics. What are you talking about? Okay. How many
Flying
beers
Dragon,
is
she's
mom
not into beers. She's into
wine.
Probably right now.
Wine.
No, not wine. Bourbon. She's into good bourbon drinks.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah.
Your mom drinks bourbon?
Oh yeah.
My mom used to drink those old Manhattans. Oh God, yeah.
Gosh. You know what my mother-in-law, who's 97 years old, you know what she likes to drink? Jack Daniels.
Nice.
Nice. Hey,
no wonder she lives to be. No wonder she's 97. Maybe that's what I should do. Start drinking. I can't stand that stuff. Can't stand it. Richie Rich, a Broncos fan, Charger fan, and Raiders fan. Well, the Charger fan has to be the one wearing the Kings jersey because it dang sure ain't me. Dang sure ain't me.
That color hat that you're wearing looks like it's Charger color.
It does. It does. Well,
no,
it's got the blue, but hey, this is the Sharks, San Jose.
Oh God!
I had to go with the theme. You know, we got the different sport themes. You know, I got the hockey. You know, with you, Spence. I got the baseball. My Giants with Bill. So
yeah,
we're changing it up a little bit.
We multitask on this show. We don't just stick with football. We talk everything.
Flying Dragon says your mom is his type of woman.
Hey.
That's great, man. That's great. Oh, shoot. 93.
Hey, Ricky, it's like the Wild West, right?
No, hang on. Back right here real quick. Flying Dragon says, not that one. Hang on. 93. Navman says, Jack's got the Jag colors rocking. Ooh,
it kind of looks like it, right? It's just a hockey.
Yeah. Well, you know, there's a lot of different colors that work together. So, all right. First topic, 25 minutes into the show. Well, a little over 24 minutes.
That's our show.
All right. Last night was Thursday Night Football. Broncos and the Raiders had a barn burner of a game. Fantastic. Wait a minute. 10-7? That's it? 10-7? Holy smokes, man. All right. I'm going to throw this out there. 10-7 game. Wind was 15 miles per hour sustained. 25 gusts. Yes, it was, Spence. 25 gusts on occasion. Punts were horrible. They weren't going for it on field goals because even though Lutz tried a 56-yard field goal, it was way short because of the wind. They weren't doing it. Does this game 10-7 Bronco win only because we got an interception and got it down to the 10-yard line? Still couldn't score a touchdown. Got a field goal because it was short. Does this game Was this? Let me rephrase. Was this game an indication of the elements, or was it a deeper indication of both teams? Even though the Broncos are 8-2, is it an indication of something more serious?
Jack, take it away.
I see both. The defenses on both sides played well. I mean, that's why part of the 10-7. But yeah, 15-mile-an-hour winds is going to play a part of that, which is going to hurt the offense, make it easy for the defense. But it's an indicator that the offenses are not living up to par. I mean, and they played as both teams played horrible. So I heard this today from Rich Eisen on here that Denver and the Raiders, what they have, they had 11, each had 11 penalties each and 10 first downs each. So, and that hasn't been done since 1950.
Wow.
So, yeah, when you say barn burner, it's just bad play. It is bad play by these offensive squads.
And you know what, Jack? The Broncos winning this game is a miracle because the Raiders had all the chances. There was a stat that was put up on the screen at one point, and I was just like, you can't be right. The Broncos' average starting position was their own 4-yard line, where the Raiders' average starting position was their own 48-yard line. 48-yard line.
And you still can't score. You're on the 48. So then what did that tell you? Inept offense.
Inept offense, or is it the sign of good defenses who are
both.
Making both?
Combination of both.
I'm going to say this. Both defenses played well. Both offenses had horrible play calling. There were some plays where it's like you're running a running play. What was going on that 3rd and 2 where where Smith tried to do a little push by himself to try to get 2 yards? I mean, what was he thinking? Why don't you hand the ball off to Gentry and let him get 2 yards? I don't know what Geno Smith was thinking. I don't know what some of the play calling that my Broncos, your Raiders, were doing. It's one of those games. It looked like the defenses were working hard, prepared, getting ready to go, and the offenses were taking a 3-day break after the last Sunday's football game.
Right. That's what I said. It looked inept, and I'm almost kind of glad I didn't see the game except for the highlights, because it sounded
highlights.
It sounded horrible. I will say this: I've never seen Bill, and watching Bill McDungus, and just going, "Oh, come on, you suck," kind of thing. Just getting angry at the TV. And so I've watched maybe 3 or 4 of your shows with McDungus doing the games just for the fun of it. But I've never seen you talk to the TV as much as you did last night. So yeah, it was bad football.
Obviously, I do that a lot. I talk to the TV a lot. But on games like that where we just looked so pathetic, so inept, and I even said last night in the show, it reminded me so much of the Jets game in London. It had the exact same feel to me. We couldn't do anything. It came down to the last second where we got a field goal, whatever. This offense is horrible. And I didn't bring it into the show. I didn't put it in my notes, but I did read where fans are now saying, is Bo Nix really the quarterback of the future? And that is alarming. That is alarming, because is it really Bo Nix? Is it really Sean Payton, or is it a combination of the two?
I think it's a combination of the two. I think it's Sean Payton not calling the right plays to match Bo Nix's talent, and Bo Nix pushing and maybe overdoing things and not following the script and going off script and off kilter too many times. Again, my one thing I would like to see, and they only did it once last night, Jack, throw the ball deep, not into double coverage where it was obvious, but run a post pattern, run a play where you have some guy one-on-one running a post pattern and let Cortland Sutton or Franklin go up for it. That's where, and then you're extending the field. You're making the defense starting to think. I saw another camera view while I was watching the game. The Raiders defense wasn't playing their normal 2 deep with 2 safeties. They were within 10, 15 yards of the ball most of the night because they were daring Bo Nix, go ahead, throw the ball deep. Come on.
It got changed up. Usually the cover 3, well, that's been kind of their thing, but here's a big change. Lonnie Johnson, who got injured before the season started, was the one. What's up, Chewy? It's the one I'll give you Chewy a cheers there. Actually, I'm going to meet Chewy the day after Thanksgiving. Him and his girlfriend are going to be up in the Sacramento area, so we're going to finally meet. But with Lonnie Johnson coming back, that again, he's been out the whole season, and he's the one free safety. Jeremy Chin, Polamalu, those guys are not free safeties. So now you can move Chin into the. Want to say?
No. We always do this every time we get.
Oh, David Youngkin,
thank you so much.
Super chat. Thank you so much. Go ahead,
Jack.
Go ahead and read.
Anytime we get one of these, we hope what we're doing. We always give praise and appreciation to the chat. Thank you very much, David Youngkin. We really do. Houston, we have a problem, and it's either Bo or Sean. I think you're right on. I think
and by the way, we keep it up there for the entire comments.
Yeah, I think it's either Bo or Sean, or it's probably both not being on the same page. Jack, thoughts on that?
Oh, geez, I'm sorry, but I don't know. I do see it's a lot of Bo. Again, I saw Happy Feet, and I don't remember seeing that last season. And I do agree that teams are figuring out, kind of his tendencies, what he likes to do. And yeah, with Sean Payton, Sean Payton's really has done it. Last year, Bo looked good with Sean Payton. It looked like a hand in glove. And I don't see that this year. Again, Bill, you could be right. Maybe there's too much on his plate. They're not changing the plays up enough. I don't know. Just it's not the same Bo. And yes, I think it could be time where if he doesn't get his act straight, and do something when he gets into playoffs, that is going to be where the signs are all going to be. It's either A, he steps up, or B, if he really stinks, they might be looking at something different, and he may have to step out.
Well, let me ask you
hang on a second real quick. There's been a lot of talk that I saw today where people are already saying that if Bo goes into year 3 and continues to digress, then that's a Bo issue and Broncos need to move on. That's scary.
Well, let me ask you this.
And that's coming from NFL insiders.
Now, let me ask you this, Jack. Was the Raiders defense part of the problem that caused Bo to react the way he did last night, in your opinion?
From what I saw, I know what my defense does, and I like I was saying, getting Lonnie Johnson back, at free safety was big. Then you can put Polamalu in the box, and he got a pick, and then you can move Jeremy Chin. You can move him over to the big slot guy. So I do see that makes more problems for offenses, and I've loved my defense. Honestly, gentlemen, I thought my offense was going to be top 5 versus bottom 3. And I thought my defense was going to be way worse, bottom 5, and they're mid of the pack. So, Yes, I do think it's weird because, and again, I don't know if you guys knew this, but when you lose players like Spillane, your starting linebacker, and the way I saw him is like your linebacker, and I brought this up on the Wild Wild West show, and I'm trying to remember his name. Oh, Singleton. Not the Singleton this year, but the Singleton last year. Last year, Singleton was much better. So Richie brought this up, and I'm going, wow, my linebacker could make the Pro Bowl this year. And then I looked at Singleton stats, and they were even better. So you lose him, you lose your other starting linebacker in Diablo, you lose your safety Morrig, to Green Bay. You lose your slot corner to a $48 million, contract, but now the guy's sitting on the bench and you replace him with Dollar Tree stuff.
Wow.
Hey,
David
Jonkin, my gosh, dude.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Go ahead, read that, Spence.
Sean will not bench him. Sean will go down in flames with Bo, so let's be real. Well, let me bring in this situation. I think the next 21 days are critical for the Broncos because they only have one game now over the next 21 days. One game. That's against Kansas City. They're off until the following Sunday, and then the week after that they're off. So this is the time that they need to get their act together.
We have our bye week after the Chiefs.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. Week 12.
Thanksgiving weekend, we have a bye week. We have a bye week. So
Thanksgiving. Yes.
So
good.
This is a chance. Oh my God! Wow, Nav man.
Look at Nav.
Nav man, come on, man. You guys are absolutely generous. So grateful. Thank you so much, guys.
Can't remember.
Jack, we got to have you on every week.
Can't remember last I saw an 8-2 team worried about the offense. Well, yeah, I can see something close. Stidham not the fix. Come on, D is ridiculous. Actually, you may remember an 8-2 team where the offense was and the defense was incredible. 1985,
Bears.
where the Bears were having problems with Jim McMahon. Walter Payton wasn't doing everything, but the defense was not just stopping everything; they were scoring.
Okay, you want to compare that a little bit? Let's just compare that a little bit. Okay, that defense was outstanding. Broncos defense is equal. We got 45 sacks now, getting closer to 72. Okay, now that being said, that's equal. That's crazy. You're right. That's crazy. That's equal. Go to the offensive side. Who did you just say? Walter Payton, right? Hello. Oh,
yeah, you got Walter Payton. You have a great wide receiver.
We don't have a Walter Payton type of running back. So our offense cannot be equal to the Bears offense of 85. Jim McMahon is much better in 85 than Bo Nix is in 2025.
Yeah, but the offense struggled. The offense, if I remember right, that Bears offense struggled the first half of 85.
I know, but what I'm saying is if we're trying to compare apples and apples to oranges and oranges, defense and defense, offense and offense, the Bears are much better on both sides.
Yeah, agreed.
I was kind of also thinking the 2000 Baltimore Ravens. Because right now that quarterback play, but Trent Dilfer.
Yeah, that's true. That Ravens defense was insane too. How about, you want to go back to defenses? How about the 2015 Broncos?
But how was your offense that year?
Peyton Manning wasn't that good in 2015. The defense won that Super Bowl.
That is
in
true.
2016. So there you go.
And Bill, then I got a question for you. Yes. Actually for both of you, how do you compare the 2015 Broncos offense to this year's offense?
15's better.
15 was more versatile.
Yep, much better. And the reason why I say it's much better is because you had Sean Payton, who had that cerebral way of looking at defenses and analyzing it and picking it apart and knowing what to do. Not Sean Payton. Bo Nix is light years south of that. Hey, another new person. Edward Undercoffer.
Undercoffer, welcome to the show. Hello.
Nice to have you. You. Okay, now we're going to get into the second topic. This is crazy, guys. Crazy. Second topic. If we have to, we'll eliminate some topics, but we won't eliminate some of the fun ones I have.
Nav can't have wide receivers dropping footballs, fellows. That is true, but you got to have the ball
put it into their hands. Don't put it way up here. Yesterday during the neighborhood, McDuggets kept saying, well, it hit his hands. Well, dude, if it hits your finger, it's part of your hand. You're not going to catch it if it hits the top of your finger. Quit being ridiculous. I was so frustrated with McDuggets last night. Well, anyways, all right. Jack, this is directed at you, my friend.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
Here we go. Strap on your seatbelt, my friend. Take another healthy sip because here it comes. Las Vegas Raiders didn't honor the Jacoby Myers trade request before the season, but since the playoffs are out of reach, they have traded him to the Jacksonville Jaguars. In return, the Raiders receive a 4th and 6th round draft pick. Didn't say if it was next year or not, just said 4th or 6th. If you guys have that information, please bring it. Myers was in his final year of a 3-year, $33 million deal. Jack, let me ask you, do you like the trade? Do you like what you got, or do you think it was an absolute fire sale?
Well, I don't think it was a fire sale. So this is the way I looked at it. And again, I'm going to use one of your players as the example in the way of Cortland Sutton. I see them as a very similar wide receiver, not a pure number 1 wide receiver, but a solid number 2 wide receiver. Cortland got what, $23 million a year? And, again, I don't know what Jacoby wanted, off of his best season. And he felt like he's going to try to get.
I'm sorry. I got
the Sharks hat. We're doing the multi-theme thing tonight now.
I know, but it's funny because I brought that in there about Jacoby Myers going to the Jags. And it says, is that why Josh wore a Jag coat?
Right. That is kind of funny. I didn't think of it like that. But that's why that question must have came out. But with Jacoby, it's like if you're asking for more money or then way more money than what Cortland's getting, it should be around there. That's what your value is. I also see, hey, he wants to strike when the iron's hot because they drafted Jack Besh in the 2nd round, Dante Thornton Jr. in the 4th round. So it's like that's where he's feeling like where it's going to get it. And they just said, nope, we're not going to do that. And I'm sad because he is a hard worker. He deserves to get a pay raise. But nobody knows what he wanted, and it must have been something astronomical. So we're going to find out next year what the Jags, what they pay him. We'll see what he was actually asking for. So what they got in return, and I think they had to do it. I mean, I don't see Jacoby as being like the Jacoby, like in the first few games, and a lot of that's with Geno too, but when they got it's all next year. So they got the 4th rounder from the Jags, and they also got not the 6th. But here's the cool thing about the 6th round pick: it's not the Jaguars' 6th round pick; it's the New York Jets' 6th round pick.
Wow!
So that's going to be at the very top end of that 6th round.
Nice. All right, on the heels of Jacoby Myers, we bring in Jack.
Yeah.
Jack invited me here, so my tirade against him is his fault.
Right?
That's good.
Well said, Nav, man. Well said.
Absolutely.
That's good. All right, Jack, you're going to be part of the very first time for you to be part of this week's Jackass of the Week.
You suck, you jackass.
All right, here it is. Former NFL player Antonio Brown has been extradited from Dubai, where he fled. Oh, by the way, Antonio Brown used to play for the Raiders, where he fled following an attempted murder against him with a firearm. He was booked in Essex County Jail in New Jersey and appeared before a judge this Friday morning. He will be transported to Miami, where he is set to face trial in connection with the incident in last May at the Aiden Ross boxing event. Jack, I know that Antonio Brown used to play for the Raiders. I don't know how you felt about him as a player or as a person, but does this tarnish the Raider image going forward with him being extradited? By the way, he fled to Dubai so that he would not be charged, and he kind of flunked at his whole look what I'm doing kind of thing. Now he's not fighting it. He said, okay, I surrender. I'm giving it. Do you? What? Okay, I should let me rephrase it. What do you think of that whole situation?
Hey, Raider fans, you know what I'm going to say, and you put it in the chat. FAB, FAB. You know what? And I've got to correct you. The Raiders signed him. The guy's crazy. He shows up in a hot air balloon, for practice, but he never played one snap of the regular season for the Raiders. So he can go and kick rocks like there's no tomorrow.
Oh, I got what FAB is now. Okay,
FAB. You want to know something? We had this topic during the summertime, Bill. What did I say? I told him, enjoy Dubai because you're going to be extradited quick, fast, and in a hurry. What's going to happen is you're going to be sitting there thinking you're invincible, you're untouchable, nothing's going to happen. Someone's going to grab you. You're going to go down. He went down. Guess what, Antonio Brown? You think you're above the law? Nope. Zero.
Do you think
Antonio Brown's a clown?
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Either one of you, do you think he gets jail time?
Oh, yeah.
You do? Okay. He is lucky he was in Dubai.
It was Dubai. Yeah. Oh, if it was another country where we had better relations with, anything's possible.
So you really do? You both of you think that he'll really get jail time? I mean, because you know how the NFL likes to protect their people.
Not when you
not
start the
him.
brand.
Okay.
Not him.
No.
All right. Well,
Jack, I talk about
hey,
it
Nap,
all the-
agreed to clown, dude.
Yeah, no, I talk about it all the time on the show. Everybody, you've done it. Bill's done it. I've done it. Everybody in the chat, you get this level of invincibility where you think you can say and do and act any way and you're untouchable. And then there comes that point in time where the world smacks you hard upside the head and reality kicks in.
Ask Clown needs prison time. I'll make a call. That is so funny, man. That's classic, dude. That is classic. I like that. Good point. All right. We will back out of the jackass of the week and go to the next topic.
You suck, you jackass.
All right.
I'll let you read that one.
GFYAB. GFY. Ass ram.
Good for you.
Oh, good for you, Antonio Brown. Ramming is available. Okay. We are in the process of trying to get to the next topic.
Yeah. He's going to become someone's girlfriend or boyfriend very quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Right.
Okay, Sean Payton.
Wait, just a quick one. So, Spence, have your mom get Antonio Brown some of that makeup because he'll use it in prison.
Mom, you want to comment on?
That is good. That's good, Jack. Yeah.
Oh,
I don't.
wait a minute.
What?
We got to give a quick shout out to my best cousin, Emma, who's watching from Boston. Emma, thank you so much for watching tonight. Hope you're doing well.
Oh, and that also reminds me, I don't know if she's still watching, as we're 50 minutes into the show almost. I wanted to give a shout out to Cindy. I'm not going to say her last name. Co-worker I used to work. She was a teacher at a school district I worked at. She said she was going to check out the show tonight. Really do appreciate her support. So, Cindy, if you're still watching, thank you. If not, I will send you the link. You can watch it, rewatch it again. So, really do appreciate it. Oh, she is there. Nice. Nice. Thank you, Cindy. Thank you so much, man. I love you, girl. Love you, girl. Thank you so much for your support.
I'll be back in a sec. I just heard a crashing sound downstairs.
See that? Cindy shows up and you got to leave. What the heck?
Hey, Cindy, come on the show. Take over, Spence.
That would be good. That would be good. Oh, that's cool. Thank you, man. I'm overwhelmed. I am. She's a dear woman. I adore her. Absolutely adore her. Absolutely adore her. Okay. Sean Payton, following last week's game, showed frustration over special teams players for being tardy to get onto the field. Special teams coordinator Darren Rizzi took full blame for the players' actions. Sean Payton said, and I quote, "I'm not directing this at Rizzi, but the players themselves. If you're the players, if you are the players and you're supposed to be on the field and part of the 11, pick any unit and you're sitting on the bench, then I have a problem." End quote. Sean Payton is angry and frustrated at the special teams. Absolutely frustrated special teams. And it's been an ongoing situation throughout the entire year. Doesn't the coordinator take responsibility for that? I mean, if you're a manager of a baseball team, you're not firing the entire team. You're firing the manager. If a special teams is not performing the way they should, it doesn't. And Rizzi said he took full blame and he's trying to correct it. But he, like Madunga said, he cannot be those players. He can only try and help those players. But doesn't it eventually fall on how you coach players? Or am I wrong?
Honestly, I don't think a coach can get into a kicker's head who is shanking punts left and right.
No, we're talking. How about that? How about Bandy, who muffed up that punt?
Yeah, you didn't let me get to that, Bill. But also, performing on the field, you can't. How is it the coordinator's fault that you're shanking kicks, you're fumbling, punt catches? You have a kicker who's trying to kick into the wind, comes up short. They have to perform. Now, it's like a manager when one of your employees is not performing at their peak, it does fall on your hands and your head, even though other things may be working out. When someone's not performing, it does fall on you. Should he be fired? Should he be let go? Not at that point. This is a trainable moment. But honestly, Bill, I am not a fan of this punter we got wasted a 6th-round draft pick on.
I'm not either.
His punts so far this year have been
He has had some really good ones, or he has had some really good ones.
He's had some good ones on the road, not at Mile High.
That's crazy. Mile High, you got that thin air. You should be doing even better.
He should be.
We will in 2030 when we have a dome.
Yeah, well,
close.
And I will say this. I totally agree, Spence, what you said. When it is the punter, ball going through his hands, muffing it, shanking it. But when all your players, not just the one player, but if there's multiple players showing up late to team meetings and everything, and you haven't nipped it in the bud, when that player shows up late, you should have that conversation going. You need to be here. Just like, again, anyone in the military, you need to be there 5 minutes early. When we say to be there at 10 a.m., you better be there at 9:55. And if it's a lot of guys doing this, then that falls on him for not managing his crew. And talk about getting fired. And good segue into this. Yeah, look at the Raiders special team coordinator.
Yep.
At the poor performance we've seen all year. Our kicking game has been one of the best parts of our team. We haven't been a great team. And this year it is just garbage. I mean, you guys blocked that punt. And so they ended up the Raiders fired their special teams coordinator today. And you know what?
Ooh.
It's good. A lot of people have been calling for it.
Go ahead. Talk about that. I didn't hear that. Go ahead.
He's had 4 punts. The Raiders have had 4 punts blocked. Carlson has missed 5 field goals.
Wow.
I mean, Jack, what else?
Yeah. A lot of it's on Carlson, but even more so when they get blocked. When a field goal gets blocked, I blame it more on the offense or the line for not doing their blocks correctly. and letting that guy get in to where they can get to that point to block a kick. So just like, who was it that we were playing and Michael Mayers was hurt. So they put a defensive tackle out there in that spot. Well, he's a defensive tackle. He's not an offensive lineman. Why are you putting a defensive tackle? And they ended up getting a blocked field goal, which cost the Raiders the game. Yep. And then you look at what your team did to my team last night. You get to a point when no one's performing. Again, not showing up for the meetings early, not doing this, not doing that. You got to go. And Raider Nation's been saying they want Tom McMahon gone, and we're happy he's gone. So right now, I don't even know who this dude is. They put in, who's the guy? Darius Swinton.
Darius
Never
Rucker,
heard of him.
he's a country singer. No, just kidding.
Yeah, he could be a country singer. They're singing the blues right now. With the country songs, and hopefully one day we can rewind it and go backwards, and have good things happen.
Yeah, like countries, they say, if you play a country song backwards, you get your wife back, you get your horse back, you get your truck back. So there you go. 93 Navman says, I never ever thought that a punter is a weapon, but damn, AJ Cole's about it. Do you agree?
I'll answer that. Yes. He could actually be the best punter in NFL history, which no one really
over Ray Guy.
Over Ray Guy, potentially. Wow. And also, I forgot, Nav, you're in the chat. This is what I love about Nav. I'm trying to remember who the other punter. Right now, you got Ray. Actually, Shane Leckler. Shane Leckler's ranked number 1. Ray Guy's number 2. AJ Cole outkicks all of them.
Wow.
But, you got to put circumstances based on the era and the teams they've had, though, too.
Yeah.
But those two kicks last night where he got the ball inside the 1 yard, that one kick where the ball bounced and went
directly sideways
out in between the 1 and the pylon. I mean, you cannot, Jack, you could give that guy 10,000 chances to do that.
He'll never do it again.
No. That's how special that kick was.
Yeah. That was amazing. I actually watched it like 3 times just because it was, again, watching the YouTube, just trying to, find some stuff since I didn't watch the game. And it was like, when I saw that, I had to pause. And I'm like, rewind. That was special.
It was insane.
That is a weapon that really invigorates your defense. And the defense played so well last night for the Raiders because of the position your punter and your special teams put the Broncos in offensively.
Yeah. All right. We're going to move on to a segment, Jack. I don't know if you probably have been in the chat to hear about this. It's called a segment called Did I Do That? Okay. So here it is. And it goes back to that show. What was that? Urkel? What show was that? That had Urkel like, did I do that? What show was that? Guys in the chat, help me out. That was
just play the song.
Please. Just trying to. Anyways, all right, here we go.
Did I do that?
In the second quarter of last night's game, Raiders' Ashton Gentry was trying to break off a huge run, but Singleton had other ideas. After the stop, Singleton makes a sexual gesture by jumping up and down and mimicking of holding his junk.
What?
This could lead to a fine from the NFL. If you want to go look at it, it's on YouTube. If you want to go look at it, it's on YouTube. He jumps up and goes like this, jumps up and down, pounds his chest, reaches down, jumps up and down, grabbing himself and mimicking, motioning towards Gentry. So my thought is this. First off, why would you do that?
Right.
Second of all, the NFL is going to come down heavy on that. They're not going to like it. And third of all, this is a bigger question. Should Singleton have been benched that game, or should he be reprimanded by the Broncos? I didn't hear anything where the Broncos came out and said anything against Singleton. My thought is they should have. And if they don't, then they're not leaders.
I think what they're going to do, they're going to wait for the NFL to make their opinion first, and then the Broncos will follow that. I mean, come on. This is the professionalism that separates the incredible teams from the teams that want to be the top notch. I did not see the play. I was on the beach volleyball court last night, and I missed it, and I'll see the replay of it. But this is not the culture the Broncos are teaching. This is not the culture that we're trying to develop in a winning Super Bowl culture. And I mean, Singleton, really? Come on.
Yeah.
You're a leader on this team. You're one of the people who are generating a good culture that is going to make this team better. I didn't see it, but Bill, was there a personal flag thrown on that?
No. What happened? I don't even know if the referees caught it, but Amazon Prime Video caught it, and they quickly shifted off of it and went to the announcers or showed something else, but they quickly went away. But I'll send it to both you and Jack.
Yeah, I want to see it. It's like, was he trying to make like, okay, you need to
man,
like, like
I don't know.
Or yeah, you got nothing. I don't know. It's like the meaning behind it could play a part if he makes that type of gesture. Well, I've seen guys do worse. I'll just take one of the players the Raiders cut this year, Christian Wilkinson. There's plays and you see the replay. He's grabbing guys' butts. That's assault. Yeah. And again, part of the thing why he got fired, they show the thing he kissed a guy in the forehead. So to sit there and make a thing, and nothing's happened with that. To make a gesture like that, it's like, okay, is it really that bad? I look at like Mark Schlereth. Let's just take him as an offensive lineman.
Mark Schlereth, what did he do?
When didn't he like pee his pants? You pee your pants. So he's like, I don't want guys that you go against me, so I pee myself before the game. I mean, that's bad hygiene, in the way of like, what if you got a cut and then you get those germs in there? It's like, I don't know. I mean, he's a Bronco player, and it's like, really, I don't know much worse you can do than that. And nothing happened to him, so I don't see anything happening for Singleton.
Yeah,
and that's probably why the Broncos have not made a comment externally, because the NFL hasn't done anything yet. Internally, you want to know something? They have the internal banana jury, or whatever they call the banana court, or whatever they call it. The players will self-regulate that if the leadership of the defense wants it. Now, if the defense is gonna celebrate that effort, then you know what? I'm losing respect for that defense. This is a defense that is dominating.
All right,
lead the way. And
I just sent
Bill, you just sent it to us.
I just sent it to you.
All right, I can't watch it right now. I have to watch it because I'm on my phone, so I'll watch it after the show.
Fine. It's all good. So I just sent it to Spence. He can watch it when. But it's not really overly graphic. It is, because you can obviously tell what he's doing. But it's just a mannerism of, in other words, Gentry's trying to make a first down. He's trying to make a big play, whatever. Singleton stops him, or somebody does, or whatever. And then he's overacting. He's over there acting like, I got bigger, what, than you. That's how I took it. 5 what? 5 what?
No, I know what Spence means. Again, 1, 2. I'm.
Oh, got it. 5. Is Anna not home?
Oh, I'm going to have to go to the fridge then in a little bit. I only brought out like 5. Because I know that's normally Spence's limit.
No, normally his limit is 2. Normally it's 2, man.
Hey, there's a reason this show is called Broncos Buzz. We're getting our buzz on. And by the way, Mom just texted, and she said she has switched over from bourbon and she is doing a vodka drink. What is that vodka drink, Mom?
Oh my gosh.
French martinis, vodka, pineapple juice, and a splash of Chambord liqueur.
Wow. All right. We are going to back out of Did I Do That? Because none of us on the show want to do that. We'll be right back.
Did I do that?
Just a final thing, you know, as much as we have talked about developing a culture of winning culture,
Developing. You have to say that word.
And respect. I mean, I just saw the video. That's out of bounds.
Is it not?
It's out of bounds.
It really is.
Is he like standing over him or something?
Pretty much.
Oh, yeah. Then
Well,
when you're doing that,
it doesn't show Gentry or Genty, whatever his name is. It doesn't show him, but it shows him looking down, and kind of jumping up. Yeah, it's just.
You know what, Bill? This might go back to in the summertime when Gentry was talking garbage about running all over the other teams in the AFC West. This could have been bulletin board material. So
it could have, but you know what? When you cross that line, the NFL doesn't play games.
Yeah, I agree.
The NFL doesn't play games. And the other thing that bothers me is if the NFL takes action and finds him, do the Broncos then sit him down and say, okay, you know what? You need to sit out this game. We're going to suspend you for a game because you need to.
I don't think they suspend him. I think, well, how about this? If it was a game that was coming up against, I don't know, like Tennessee or the Jets, yeah, they probably keep him out for a half. Since it's Kansas City, shame. Now get out there and kick the Chiefs.
And we'll bench you. And we'll bench you on
do that no more. Bad.
We'll bench you on the bye week. Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah,
that's good. We'll bench you on the bye week.
Your bench for Thanksgiving.
Speaking of Thanksgiving, really quick before we get into the last three topics of the night, Jack, what do you got going for Thanksgiving? Got any Thanksgiving plans or anything?
Yeah, well, usually I host Thanksgiving. So I have like my in-laws, I have two sons. I got also a niece and a nephew from my wife's side of the family and my mother-in-law. So usually they come over to the house. And it's my favorite holiday of the year. It's a day where you get to be around family, have great food, you get paid for the day off, and you get to watch football. So, I mean, how did it get any better than that? That's better than Christmas.
That's very true.
And drink beer too.
Going back to Singleton, Nav wants to know, was it just bad hygiene?
This is a family show, Nav. It's not like when I'll hop on your channel and we'll throw the F-bombs and all that other stuff down. So I was trying to think of a clean word to say.
That was good.
Good now.
Head to Indiana for Thanksgiving. That's cool.
Nice. Nav.
Cool.
Say hi to all my Murray clan.
Be safe out there, man.
Live out there.
Yeah, Nav's from Tennessee, going to Indiana, so that's great.
Nice.
Okay, I want Jack to read this. Jack, read this. I would like you to comment on, please.
All right, let me go where I can see it in the chat here. Pete Carroll said, "Are you the stupidest retard on earth?" to the ref. That shit pisses me off. I don't know. Now, what do you think about John Madden? I know he used to go off on the refs, so it used to be a lot worse, I think, in the older days than it is today. But so I don't know. I mean, again, it just depends. I didn't see the game, so I'm not sure what the play was and maybe you want to put it in the chat, what happened there, so I can have more context to see it. But just that alone, no, that doesn't bug me at all.
Okay. I understand in the heat of the moment, you people talk about instances where, a police officer will be chasing somebody and afterwards they even say, in the heat of the moment, it's always the heat of the moment that either rash decisions are made or wrong decisions are made. And so I think a lot of these times, you talk about, people say, well, it's a sport, it's football, it's baseball, it's hockey, it's basketball, whatever. It's the heat of the moment. Well, when your emotions are fired at the highest element, you're going to be emotionally triggered. We see it all the time. A batter is up to bat. He gets hit on the shoulder by a curveball. Not that he charges him out or he throws his bat or whatever. It's a lot of pent up things. The Raiders, in all defense to you, Jack, the Raiders are not having a good season. So obviously, emotions are going to come out, and I don't blame him for that. I mean, it's not the reference. It's not not directed specifically towards the ref, perhaps, but it is an emotion and a built up anger that propels it towards the ref, because that was the straw that broke the camel's back.
But the thing I would also tell Pete, again, as the leader of this team, you don't need to make any enemies. So if there's like a close call, well, that ref is just going to remember what you just said, and he's not going to either give you that cushion, or he's definitely going to go the other direction.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this: is stupid retard a double negative?
That's something. Well, that's something I think a lot of our generations, that was kind of the sayings way back in the day.
I got. Who's calling me?
Jack. It just sounds
right.
Yeah, it's like okay.
I mean, I don't know how everyone is. I just turned 55. I know Nav is right around my age. And, when you're a kid, that would be like a saying that you would say when you're in elementary school. So I can see how it would carry through, because if it was popular at one time, it's going to kind of carry through. And so, but I don't know, Pete's 74, so it must have been around for a long time.
Jack's the young guy on the show.
He is the young guy on the show.
Hey,
I'm the older guy on the show.
That.
Nav says, "Hey, Bill, do you ever say anything you don't mean?" No, you do not. If said, if not meant, why say it? I say it because it's an emphasis. When I say that I really mean this, that comes from more from the internal part rather than just off the top of my head saying, "Hey, you know what, guys, this is what I think." When I say this is what I think, it's what I mean, but it's not internal. When I say that, guys, I really strongly mean this. I really strongly feel this. That comes from the inner heart, soul, passion. That's why I say that. All right. Just to clarify. Whew. Not aimed at you, Bill.
Well, now we can almost rephrase that a little bit towards our coaching staff, right? So, Brennan Carroll. Well, why? This is Pete's son, the offensive line, coordinator for the Raiders, or coach, and the running back coach. Oh, why would you take the most highly touted second-round pick coming out of college that year in JPJ, put him over at right guard? Exactly. And then you take Parham and take him from right guard to move him to left guard, and you take Meredith to center. So JPJ played excellent. And again, that's what I mentioned earlier in the show, like when U.S. fans can see it and the coaches don't, and there's something wrong. So I just I looked up the numbers on a previous, show for the Wild Wild West, and I had this out there. So I had to go digging through my old notes. Parham was 17th in the league as a right guard. Meredith was 10th, and we all know what JPJ is at center. It's like, number one, why would you mix that up? So, and then let's go to the Broncos game. JPJ gets hurt. Parham gets hurt. So they bring in Alex Kappa, which he needs to go. He's like your Wattenberg, player pretty much. He's horrible. They paid him, $10 million over 2 years, and they take the backup center, Putnam. He's not a guard, and they move him over to the left guard position when you have Charles Grant. You took in the 3rd round. and he's going to end up at some point being the swing tackle. You got a big boy, someone that needs to play.
Yep.
It's a third rounder, and you're not going to the playoffs. So why would you play a journeyman who never plays left guard, just plays center, when you got a guy that can perfectly fit in for that position? So again, I will say this is the Raiders jackass of the year is Brendan Carroll. And
So-
somebody should be fired. It should be him.
So, Jack, who is making that call to alignment? Is it the offensive line coach? Is it the OC? Is it Carroll?
No, it's Brendan Carroll. But the thing is, like, I'm sure, they're not going to say, oh, I think I'm going to override you. Oh, boy, who's the head coach? Dad.
So he's protected and he can do whatever he wants.
It kind of feels that way when, again, it's been the biggest topic for everyone within the Raider Nation. I can't tell you how many times I've talked about this on the Wild Wild West, when it just doesn't make any sense. When, the first part of the year, Genty had what, I think 144 yards, and 141 of them came out of after the first contact. So, and again, he's the running back coach as well, too, the coordinator for that. So it just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So,
Well,
jackass of the year.
Jackass of the year, but you've got the Cowboys coming in on a Monday night game upcoming. So that's a way, hopefully that's a chance for you guys to rejigger yourself and get aligned.
Rejigger?
Yeah, it's like what I heard is Parham and JPJ are going to be out for a while, and it really played a big part of the game too. I mean, you guys, in the way the Broncos had 6 sacks, 6.
Yep.
6, and
We
they
had
had
5
22
in the
pressures.
first half.
You guys
5.
had only 1.
That's crazy. 5 in the first half.
I think we had 2 sacks, if I'm correct. Let me look.
Could be. All-time record is 72 by the 85 Bears. We are sitting at 46 or 45, if I'm not mistaken.
Would love to see us get 9 sacks in the next game against Kansas City.
Not going to happen. Never going to happen. And I'll tell you why. Patrick Mahomes is way too elusive. Way too elusive.
But Bill, this game is in Mile High. It
doesn't matter.
It's not in Kansas City, so
Doesn't
I think
matter.
we got a chance.
So the Raider game was in Mile High. And
We
Geno
got
Smith.
6 sacks.
Geno Smith is not Patrick Mahomes. Sorry.
No.
He's not. Okay.
Yeah, but Benito ruled the roost. I mean, that I will say that is a super special player. I mean, I'm just like, wow. Every time he's just fun to watch. Not watch the rest of the group from an outside fan, but he's just fun to watch all by himself.
Nick Benito. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then we got Cooper too. Cooper was in on a couple of them. And then we also had Allen on a couple of them.
So Jack, yeah, Nick's got sacked once. Cortland Sutton, who was going to do a throwback pass, got tackled behind the line of scrimmage. So that's technically a sack. So 2, you are correct.
But not a sack on the quarterback. Did it still go down as a sack?
It still goes down as a sack because it was a potential throwing play.
Okay, that's new to me. Didn't know that. I thought once a wide receiver got it or something, it would just tackle for a loss. But okay.
Well, no, Cortland Sutton was looking to become a passer.
Oh, got it.
So when you're looking to become a passer and you don't pass and you try to run, you get sacked. You become the quarterback. So
if I look to be president and I get sacked, I'm not president.
You're not president of anything except for the Chargers fan club.
That's messed up, dude. I'm not even. Would you stop it? That's messed up. Why are you laughing, Jack? That's messed up.
Because it was funny.
Yeah.
So all good, man. It's all good.
Man, that's what I love about you guys. You guys crack me the hell up, dude. This is so much fun.
Good. I'm glad you're enjoying yourself, man, because that's what the show's about. It's about having
Yeah.
fun.
Hey,
engaging.
Clayton.
Clayton,
About time you
Harrod,
showed
what
up.
is up? About time you showed up, homie. He says, hey, guys. He says, smash that like button and share. Absolutely. Share the channel. Hit the thumbs up. Tell all your friends, your neighbors, your in-laws, your outlaws, your enemies. Don't matter. Tell your dogs. Tell your cats. Let them all vote. It's all good. Let them all be part of the show. We love
Amen.
it.
And Jack, the way we do things here is, even though the three of us are doing most of the talking, we're on a big couch with everybody else. So the more people talk in the chat, the more we won't get them involved.
Yep.
Nice. I love
the
that.
chat, man.
You guys do involve the chat, which is a great thing, and I think
You
all shows should do that.
I agree. Hey,
Not all do. That's for
we
sure.
need more of Jack. We need to hear more Jack.
Well,
Okay, what do you want to hear? So wait a minute. Let's see what else I got in there.
I will.
Okay, here's one. Here's one. Again, something I put up as a matchup, and this is on Chip Kelly. Why is Brock Bowers
No.
only getting 3? Go, Nav.
No more
Wait a
Jack.
minute. I got my eye itches.
No more Jack.
Love you, Nav.
We don't need
wait,
Jack.
no, as Nav would say it, I love you, no shit. Oops, but hey, sorry.
One can slip. One can slip.
Oh, but why is Chip Kelly only throwing the ball 3 times to Brock Bowers? 3.
No,
One catch.
You want to know something? That is an excellent point. What Bill and I talk about all the time is the Broncos' ability to defend the tight end is probably ranked 32nd in the league. We thought the scariest thing we thought about this game is that Bowers, and you and I talked about this, Jack, that Bowers would get 12 catches for 150 yards. What happened?
I don't know. It's mind-boggling. You know, again, especially with Patrick Surtain out.
Yeah.
I mean, he's last year, you know, in that record-breaking rookie year for Bowers. For the whole season, Surtain was the only one that kind of kept him in check. And from what I understand is that with Surtain out, is the Denver's gone a little bit more towards the zone, which it totally fits Bowers. Bowers can read the zone and get into those open spots. So it made no sense whatsoever. And it's like, okay, you can't do that. He's your best weapon on offense, period. It may be the best player on the entire team, and you don't utilize him. So
but they were showing a few times on the broadcast that Bowers was getting double teamed. Underneath,
that would make sense. I would double team him too.
I would double team him because that's your only real asset on offense.
Well, they did get the guy. They did. You guys did get a receiver though, Jack. Who'd you guys get? You guys got it. I can't remember his name.
Oh, what's his name from Seattle? One of Pete Carroll's boys.
Yes.
Lockett.
Lockett.
Yeah.
So he was the leading receiver, you know, this week. He had what, five receptions and 44 yards at 8.8 a clip.
Yeah.
And he shouldn't be your leading receiver being in week 2. Again, I know there's a connection between Geno and Lockett, but yeah.
So
I'm gonna throw this. Go ahead.
Go ahead. You go first.
I'm gonna throw this out there. After this season, is either Geno Smith or Pete Carroll gone?
That is a really, really, really good question. I mean, I can see both sides of the coin because I do believe that Pete's not going to go. Mark has seen enough turnover to have to reset the team. You get different guys in there. They want different style players. So you're always having to let guys go, bring new guys in, and you're never getting anywhere with that. So I do see that Pete is going to stay. But it is interesting the way, because again, we have a general manager in Spytech who works a little bit different than Pete. And the whole thing, the way this contract was set up, It wasn't like the Russell Wilson contract where you guys were eating big money.
Ooh, you just froze. Spence. He just iced up.
I know.
He's having an attack.
And you know what's crazy, Spence? Russell Wilson's numbers are better, way better than Geno's. So next year, it's only if they were to cut him, your dead cap is only 18.5.
Bingo.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this, Jack. When does Geno get benched and they start looking at Pickett or anybody else as quarterback for the Raiders?
You saw it last night when Geno got hurt, getting tackled by Benito. Right. That's the only way that guy's coming out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So is Pete Carroll willing to put his job on the line to stick with Geno Smith until the very end?
Well, that's what I'm saying. For the rest of this season, yes.
Oh, wow.
So, yes, this season. Because, even when Geno was horrible, this is what Pete Carroll said. Everyone, when Pete Carroll came over, it's all about compete. C-O-M, capital P-E-T-E. Compete. If you're a Pete Carroll guy, you don't compete. So when Geno was just that bad, and you know what he called it? He was like, well, why didn't, even the media, asking him at a press conference, why didn't you pull him? He's doing that bad. What he said, it felt like Alvin Iverson. It was practice. We're giving him practice. So, so he's not going anywhere until at least to the end of the season. And then we'll see.
Clayton Huron says, go ahead. Clayton Huron says,
it was weird because Geno looked so good against New England, at New England that first game. And ever since then, it's been all downhill.
Agreed. And, they had 9 plays that were 20 yards or more in that game. And I will say he was threading the needle. Yes. There was a lot of plays that were give a player this much more of a fingertip, that ball would have been deflected. And it's double coverage. So maybe that was a little bit of luck involved in there too. So, but after that, it changed. He couldn't throw the deep ball. That's when all these interceptions started happening. And they're not using, denting the way they should have, but they kept throwing the ball, even when you're in the game, they're not running them the ball. So they're going deep passes, not working. So they start shortening it up, kind of like what they did against Jacksonville. And I thought they should have done more of that, against your Broncos, especially flaring your running backs to the outside, because you got track stars on your outside. I mean, but what is Benito? He's got the fastest get off time in the NFL.
Yeah,
they say his first step is beyond quick.
0.7.
They say it's reminiscent of Von Miller. And
what a Lawrence. This would be a great. Lawrence Taylor was kind of like that type of guy too.
Yep.
So I'm not saying he's a Lawrence Taylor, but I'm just saying to get off.
Right.
He's phenomenal. That's why I like watching that guy. That's what I'm saying. He's getting in there so fast. We'll dump it on the outside of him because he's already on the inside.
Yeah.
It seems weird because Pete's offense is based on the rush. The running game sets up the passing game, but it looks like right now it's the other way around. The passing game's trying to set up the run game.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, at expense, it has been that way because, again, what I said earlier is that when you're getting hit in the backfield, and you're getting touched before you're even passing the line of scrimmage, and the majority of your yards, from Genty are that way. Well, again, it reverts back to the offensive line that I just mentioned. Why play everybody, out of position? Because it doesn't work, and we all can see it. It doesn't work.
What do you think, Spence?
Pete's offense, Jack, I'm going to say this, and correct me if I'm wrong, seems outdated. I mean, seems to the late 2000s before when you had beast mode, when you had an offensive line, where you had the run game, which dominated and set up the pass.
except for the
Now-
Super Bowl. That was
Yeah.
ridiculous. I could not believe that.
Jeez.
I could not believe
Yeah,
that.
yeah, Spence, you're right. Because again, Chip Kelly, again, I've read articles from ex NFL players saying it's college. It's
No.
easy to read.
No,
Wow.
and you know what? He was here at UCLA when I was working for one of UCLA's nonprofit organizations. I went and saw a lot of their games. It was predictable, very predictable. You could see we sat there in the stands and was like running play, pass play, screenplay.
Oh, sounds like the Broncos offense right now.
Right now.
Yeah.
Chip Kelly is a great college offensive coordinator. Pros, he's been horrible, deplorable. You think the Raiders would have learned from his experiment with the Philadelphia Eagles? It didn't work. So
It worked in the beginning when it was new, but yes, everyone figured it out. Then it's like boom, you're done. And like you got to look at college one way too. Like the hash marks are 4 yards further out.
right.
So I mean that's going to change up, the angles and so forth, and you're going to get a little bit more space. You don't get that, in the NFL like you do in college.
Yeah. And in college, you can run outside and have speed dominate and get around the corner. You're in the pros, you don't have that. RJ Harvey is learning that very quick, fast, and in a hurry, where he got a lot of his yards in college running fast around the outside. You can't do that here in the pros.
Oh,
Yeah.
Put that up. That is funny. Oh my God, that was good. Now, I love you,
this
brother,
one?
dude. That is
That
funny. No
Not-
Pete.
No. Oh, not
I mean,
Pete.
this
No.
one.
Pete doesn't do offense at all. No, not that one.
No, that's true.
Yeah. Oh, no, Pete. I didn't see
But
that.
I think, maybe he might be meaning like you don't, again, if you are a Pete guy, you don't have to compete like Gino.
Yeah.
And then you bring in like a Forsythe. The guy was sitting on the couch after, Colton Miller got hurt. He goes in there again, not playing like Charles Grant, who again is a 3rd round pick and hasn't played one snap in the entire season. I mean, to me, in my mind, I'll ask you guys this. If you get a 3rd round pick, again, depending, like your defense is so stout in like certain spots, well, I can see that. But if you know it's a weakness on your team and you're out of the playoffs, why are you not playing the young guy?
Exactly. Well, let me throw it to you this way, Jack. So, rumors. Ownership is going through a potential sale. Does Pete survive should there be an ownership change?
Well, the ownership's not going to go for sale. That's not going to happen. The bigger question I would throw it back at everybody is when Mark Davis dies, who then takes over? I don't know. He's got to pay some money and get a little honey and create a love baby, to be able to pass it down to the next generation in the Davis family. Because right now there's nobody.
There's nobody. Well, we get this impression, and you correct me if I'm wrong, that Mark cares more about the money than the football, and that's why he moved the team to Vegas.
That was the most brilliant move ever. So the way I'm going to say this, because Al Davis, you got the team gets no love in Oakland.
Right.
Not from the fans, yes, but not from the city. I mean, the Raiders in Oakland, they're sharing a facility with the A's. It's only
not
baseball
anymore.
football park.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. No, not
A's are
anymore.
going to Vegas too.
They are. Win will be the next owner. I don't know who Win is now. So, but
Wynn Hotel?
Yeah, Wynn
One of the
Hotels.
biggest-
Oh, the casino owners. Okay.
No, and I mean,
Well,
we get. So why bring Tom Brady on to be a consultant for ownership
Mhm.
if ownership is not? I will say this.
okay.
It's a brilliant move to Nevada because you avoid all the taxes that were in California, and now if you want to sell the team, you make more money.
I got an answer for you, Spence. So let me finish the last one, then I'll get back. And then Al goes to LA, right? USC Stadium, bigger stadium, more fans, so forth. And then, that really doesn't work out. He comes back to Oakland. The mayor in Oakland, again, would not work with them, not give them any public money to like rebuild a stadium. So Mark, something that Al Davis has never done, he gets that deal in Vegas and builds a beautiful stadium. And there's no sales tax. And again, that's probably why, Navman brought up, hey, he's probably going to be an owner because they got a lot of money from the casinos out there. So that was a beautiful thing. And I can totally understand why they did it. I can't afford to go to the games anymore. And I miss them from being in Oakland. But it is on my bucket list. But man, it's like, it was a crazy move. Like the first year, picture this. The 5 highest tickets were the Raiders' first game, second game. Oh, we didn't do the third game because that was the game when Tom Brady in Tampa goes back to New England. And then the next 2 after that. So it's like they're making money hands over fists. And that's why if you watch the Raider games, when the Raiders are not doing good, those tickets are still expensive because it's a destination spot. So Raider fans say, oh, you know what? I can skip this game and I can make 3-4 times the amount of money than what I paid for this ticket.
Now, Jack, I looked into going to the Broncos Raiders game.
Broncos Chargers.
In Vegas.
You mean Raiders Chargers?
Broncos Raiders game in Vegas. I think it's in December. Don't listen to Spence. He's about ready to be cut off the show, anyways. So I'll bring you on, Jack. So don't worry about it. So I looked into it. Up there on the high level, $225. Now, when the Broncos and the Chargers played at Carson, when there was that transition, before SoFi was completed in 2017, I went there with my sister. She just sits. If you ever watch this show, it doesn't matter. You're still a stupid Charger fan. Anyways, so I went to the game there in Carson, 23,000 seat soccer place. Oh my gosh, you talk about every seat was great view, right? $200. It was $200. I said, you know what? I'll spend $200 because I get really close to the field. 250 way the heck up there in Vegas. I'm like, you gotta be kidding. I wanted to get closer. Not kidding you, dude. I'm not making this up. $625. I'm like, I can't do that.
But I've heard the stadium in Vegas is more interpersonal than SoFi, where you're so far away.
I haven't been to SoFi, but like I said, I was at. It wasn't SoFi. It was in Carson. It was the Carson arena. Carson.
Hang on. Yes. Nav, bad weather. See you guys later. Hey,
hey, Nav, salute, brother. Thanks for popping on.
Bud. Absolutely. Thank you. I'm kind of wondering. Right before that, he put out when casinos would own the Raiders. Can a casino legitimately own a football team? Because wouldn't that be conflict of interest of gambling?
It would be. Yeah. It would be the Wynn Enterprise or the business aspect. But
you're still cutting fine line, dude.
But look at. Hey, NFL has accepted gambling and wagering.
I know, but no wagering organization owns a team.
And you want to know something? This may be the test right here.
Good.
Right now, do the owners care more about money or do they care about their image? That's going to be the biggest.
They care about more. 99% of people care more about money than their image.
I know.
Well,
I mean, look at these athletes.
Like the Raiders go to Las Vegas. It's all that gambling. It's about the cash.
It is, and
that's a gorgeous stadium. I have not been there, but my nephew's been there, and he was there. My nephew's a big Vikings fan. He was there last year when the Vikings played the Raiders. He said it is absolutely phenomenal stadium.
Yeah, and I've had friends who have gone to the game and said there is not a bad seat in the
Yep.
house. You could be in the as high up as possible. You
Yep.
still have a better view than SoFi or most of these other stadiums.
Yep.
So,
I agree.
Bill, how much, guys? How are the tickets? In SoFi?
I haven't looked into SoFi for the tickets. Again, my nephew, when the Vikings played the Chargers, he went to that one. And he said that he had really good seats. He sent me some pictures and stuff and whatnot. And you're right, though, Spence. It is way up there, and you got some really weird angles to see. But you have that big freaking screen that almost dwarfs, the Dallas, Texas Stadium scoreboard. But anyways, he said that I think he said he paid $220, and he was way up there. So it can be
With the
pretty
way
expensive.
Are you
tickets
thinking
in the
Allegiant
NFL
or
now,
SoFi?
Yeah.
No, Allegiant is what I was looking at for this year.
Yeah.
That was
No, I
200.
mean, that's why I was just wondering, for Chargers, if you were to see, the Broncos, again, it's close to you to go see the Broncos, play against the Chargers, and that's a cheaper ticket. In my mind, I would rather go to Southern California to go see that a Raiders Charger game.
The only reason why I thought about going to Vegas is because either one. I like to go to either one because they're brand new or newer. But I just heard so much about Allegiant Stadium that it's just immaculate, And my dad was a Raiders fan. He loved
Go Dad.
Yeah, he's passed away since '84. But yeah, you're right. He really liked John Madden. He loved John Madden. He really liked Fred Biletnikoff, Daryl LaMonica, Kenny Stabler. Who is that? Jack Tatum, Lyle Alzada, all those guys.
Wow, he met everybody.
Oh yeah. He liked all them guys, man. And he just he really he also liked the Redskins, which is ironic. He liked the Redskins because he liked he called them the Hawks. He liked the Hawks. Yep. he liked them for different reasons. He also liked the Cowboys because he liked Tom Landry. He liked Tom Landry. He liked Kenny Stabler. Not Kenny Stabler. Well, Kenny Stabler was the Raiders. He liked him too.
Roger Staubach.
Tom Landry. He liked them. He said, Dallas is okay. It's not my favorite, but his all-time favorite, honestly, was the Raiders because he really liked. He was a California guy. He liked California. He didn't really like the Chargers because he goes, they don't win nothing. I don't really like them. But seriously, that's what he told me.
He's still right. He's still right.
Yep.
And Jack, my dad actually had season tickets to the LA Raiders for many a years, and I would go to the games. I made the mistake once and only once of wearing an orange shirt. Never did I wear anything orange after that. Dad, you probably remember that, and thank you very much for saving me.
Still not wearing orange right now.
And what's funny is that your dad's like the Raiders. My dad liked the Niners.
Oh.
And we all grew up rooting for a different team.
Yeah. Isn't it crazy? Yeah, it's crazy.
Can I ask you guys a question?
What's up?
If you can pick one moment, just one, and I'm sure you guys all have multiple moments where it was just like, wow, this is the coolest moment of being at a game. What was that moment? Not what made you a fan, but what was the coolest moment that you ever experienced at your team's game live?
December 1985. My parents sent me to my Uncle John's in Denver for the winter break, and he took me to a Broncos Chargers game in the middle of a monster snowstorm. And we got there, watched it. The Broncos won, but it was so much fun watching a football game in a monster snowstorm. And in Old Mile High Stadium, the aisles had so much snow that the kids were getting these cardboard boxes and sledding down the aisles into the fence, which had all the snow. That was so much fun.
Oh, how old were you?
17.
Nice.
Most memorable game of my favorite team that I've ever been to and that I attended and watched live would have to be Qualcomm Stadium, San
Chargers.
Diego. No. Qualcomm Stadium, San Diego, before Petco Park. Sammy Sosa, Cubs.
Oh,
Sammy Sosa against was not against, but against the Padres, or in San Diego against the Padres. It was that home run push with Sammy Sosa and
Mark McGuire.
Mark McGuire. I'm in the outfield with my nephew, and we're not dead center. We're not dead right. We're a little bit between center and right, more towards right. And Sammy Sosa hits number 64. And the ball was coming right towards us. And all of a sudden it curves and goes into the next section, probably about 4 people away from me. And I wanted to get that ball so bad. I mean, and then the fans, we're in San Diego, mind you. The fans started chanting, Sammy, Sammy, Sammy. We called Sammy Sosa out of the visitors' dugout to take a curtain call. That's how cool that was. That was fun. That was absolutely fun. But I could only, huh?
You know, I wasn't even thinking about baseball. Jeez, now you're making it hard. And you know, and again, hockey. Well, I've already had this conversation with Spence. You know, when on one of your guys' shows with hockey. Yeah. Oh, now. Okay.
Were you at the game?
Well, just no. It's just again, Wayne Gretzky. You know, this guy right here.
If you're talking that, I have to go to the Cubs Cleveland World Series. Yeah. But you're talking attendance. It has to be at the Cubs at the Padres when Sosa hit that 64th home run.
And I will say mine was a game that we got destroyed even at. So
wow,
yeah. So I was at the Raiders Green Bay game after Brett Favre's dad passed away, and he threw as many beers as Spence is going to drink tonight.
Oh,
5. He threw 5 touchdowns. So it was like so disgusting. And I was on the east side, and I went up to the clubhouse, and I'm like 21 years old or whatever it was at the time. And I'm like, I'm going to get a beer. I'm at the corner of the bar, and I'm there, you know, waiting, you know, to order a drink. And this guy turns around. He's all, nice to meet you. My name is Cliff. And I look at him like, holy smoly, it's Cliff Branch. And he's talking to me. He's asking me questions. And I felt so in awe. I didn't even know what to say. Like, I felt like Charlie Brown, like, wah, 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 wah. and you know, I was just so in awe because, like, I'm like, wow, this guy is like so amazing. I grew up watching this guy. And, you know, it was great just to talk with him. He's just asking me, hey, where do you live? Where do you go to school? Just really nice. So I'll buy you that beer. Oh, and wow. It's not like today, like, you know, doing YouTube, like when I met Lester Hayes and I had questions and I would ask question after question because I did not really do that to Cliff, but I did that to Lester because I feel like I missed out on asking this question to Cliff Branch. So yes, on a game that and again, it's kind of a historic game that a lot of people remember because of Brett. But yeah, meeting Cliff Branch, that's got to be my moment.
I got a story for you real quick. I crashed back in the when the Broncos and the Redskins played, and yes, Redskins, not stupid Commanders, Redskins played in the Super Bowl in San Diego. Myself a friend of mine, we crashed the Super Bowl party. It was the
you've told this before.
first ESPN, but Jack hasn't heard it. First ESPN Super Bowl party. Anyways, I met Jim Plunkett. We went up and we took this escalator up, and we're looking through going down the hallways of these hotels and everything. We crashed it, so we're just having fun. But and Jim Plunkett walks by. He goes, "Excuse me, do you happen to know where the press room is?" And I said, "No, I'm sorry, I don't." And he's got this gorgeous blonde on his arm. Anyways, so and he walks by and went, "I've seen that guy somewhere before. Where have I seen him? Where? Oh my gosh!" And I went running. I tried not to run because I didn't want to make it sound like I was, attacking him or something. But I kind of, moved down the hallway quickly. And I said, "Excuse me, sir." I said, "Are you Jim Plunkett?" He said, "Yes, I am." And I said, "It's an honor to meet you. I am dressed in all Bronco stuff." And I said, "Mr. Plunkett, it is an absolute honor and a privilege to meet you." I said, I am impressed with the way you take care of your parents. I know the situation with how you take care of them. It is such an honor to meet you. Can I shake your hand? He said, "Absolutely." Dude, he damn near broke my fingers. His hand was so big. So he's
a big dude.
Yeah, he was huge. And then I said, "Can you do me one favor?" He said, "Sure." I said, "Would you sign?" I had just purchased some Bronco stuff down below in the lobby in a bag. So would you please sign this bag for me? He looked at me. He goes, "Absolutely." Signed it, Jim Plunkett. Good luck. I still have it. I still have it in a chest in the garage.
I met him too. I met him too once because he played for Stanford. Again, Northern California.
Wow.
That's when, one of my teammates, I went to a Nation Valley High. They were good. Battled with De La Salle back in the day. Great college or high school teams. Chris Walsh, who was a teammate, he played on Minnesota with Randy Moss and Chris Carter. He was the number 3 wideout, went to Stanford, and we would go down to the Stanford games to watch him. And I was out in the parking lot, and he's walking by, and as a Raiders fan, I did the same thing. I didn't ask him for any autograph. I just, "Mr. Plunkett, I'm a Raiders fan." I shook his hand. Actually, I probably said more words than Jim, and then after shook hands and walked away versus wah with Cliff, probably didn't even understand what I said.
Oh, wah.
But yeah, that was a cool moment.
Yeah, that was great.
So how about what about Spence? So what about another moment, but maybe not football? Two?
Got two. So my parents got me World Series tickets to the Kurt Gibson home run game. My parents.
That was the game I met Jim Plunkett. I was in that parking lot.
My good friend, who's unfortunately no longer with
us. Guys are leaving me out of this conversation.
We're 2 rows up and over toward the bullpen where the ball landed by Kurt Gibson. You see us as the ball is coming down. You can kind of see us there. My parents wanted to have the big field level seats. They was like, "Oh, you guys take the outfield seats," and we had so much fun. That is the premium moment for baseball. For hockey, you're going to love this one. First ever sporting event my dad takes me to is a LA Kings playoff game in 1976 against the Boston Bruins. And I'm 7 years old, and we're like 2 rows from the glass. And as a kid, they're playing and everything. I get up and I start banging on the glass. And everybody's like, "Don't stop doing it." Marcel Dion scores a goal, and he and the triple line all come over to the glass and start banging on it with me. Start banging on it, and I come down and I bang on it. They're pointing at me. First ever sporting event my dad ever took me to was a Kings hockey game. I was hooked from there on with hockey because it is amazing. If anybody here has never been to a hockey game, you have to go. When you watch hockey on TV, it is nothing like what you see in person. And that's why if I had to choose between the 4 major sports, a ticket to go to, whether it be a Broncos game, a Kings game, a Rockies game, or anything. I'm going to a hockey game because there is so much more fun, and it's amazing. You go to a hockey game, there is so much mutual respect between fans. You could be going to the most hated rivals in the stands. There is so much mutual respect between hockey players because these guys can do on skates what we cannot even do on our own 2 feet.
Yep.
And I respect that immensely.
Yep. I'll tell you what, speaking of the Kings, I went to a Kings Edmonton Oilers game up in LA years and years ago when Wayne Gretzky was on the Kings. And I was myself and my best friend at the time. We were just off of the net, about 4 rows up on the left side of the net, and Wayne Gretzky scored a hat trick that night.
Oh,
Dude,
wow.
it was electric against his former team, Edmonton. It was so electric. I'll never forget that. That was absolutely amazing night. I guess if you look it up, it'll be back in the 80s. It had to be in the 80s because
Gretzky, I know I saw him live, and this is what we talked about, Spence, Sharks and Kings, and, seeing him live. Out of all, you look at all the giants in sports.
Yes.
I don't care. I mean, you got the Willie Mays, you got the Wayne Gretzky's, you got the Michael Jordans. I mean, when they had like the top 50, players, I'm like, this guy is just so unbelievable. I mean, he in my mind, he was him and Willie Mays. That's why I said him both, because I feel like they're like a tie for me. I mean, just so unbelievable. I don't care. Better than any Raider player that's ever played the game, or for me, almost any football player that's ever played a game. Wayne Gretzky was that guy.
Wayne Gretzky was insane.
Yeah, his hand-eye coordination is something that I think we all dream to get to.
But then again, you look at Nathan McKinnon. I'm not saying Nathan McKinnon is Wayne Gretzky, but Nathan McKinnon is pretty special.
You want to know something? You got to take it by era.
Exactly.
And in the 80s and 90s, Wayne Gretzky was the man across.
Just like Michael Jordan in basketball, or Kobe Bryant, the late Kobe Bryant in basketball. I mean, you're right. You have to look at generations. You have to look at eras, because you cannot combine apples and oranges. It doesn't work.
Yeah, and because what we saw in the 80s and the 90s is probably being supplanted now in the 2020s and beyond. But technology is advanced too, so they've got different ways of getting in shape and analytics and all that kind of stuff. Hey, Vic, better late than never.
Oh, Vic, what is up, dude? What is up, my friend? Glad to see you.
I'll be right back. Just keep my seat warm over here. Again, I'm on beer number 5, so it's time to.
If there's one thing though,
get that out.
Jack, you don't understand about this show. If you actually leave, you can't come back.
No, stop that.
I ain't gonna pee my pants, so.
Hey, just do what who's that Bronco that did that? Schlereth. Just do what Schlereth did.
Oh no, I ain't doing a Mark Schlereth.
Yellow snow. Yellow snow.
Yellow snow. All right, I'll be back 2 minutes.
All right, I'm gonna take him off real quick.
No, this is so. You want to know something? This is so much fun, and while I enjoy just you and I immensely, it would be nice to get other people from the chat. You know what? I would love to one day maybe get Shuey, maybe get Victory, maybe get David Yonkin, just because we're all yes, Bill and I are leading the discussion, but we're all together on the couch. Mom, not going to get you on the show, okay? You're going to spend more time hitting on Bill and everybody else. But talking sports, hey, you know what? Victory lap, we all need a beer.
Sounded like somebody just kicked our door, but I can't see anybody. So
victory lap. You need a beer or beer. Crazy busy for you. Amen to that. So victory lap. We were just talking about our
I was
initial
going to get to the last two topics.
initial sports moment that got us invigorated with sports. What? Many beers? Okay, good. What victory lap, if you want to post in the chat, what was the moment that you inspired you to love sports, that you went to an event? I'll give you an example. I went to
Spence?
Yes.
Hey, I'll be right back. I'm going to do what Jack did.
Go. We're pausing. So anybody in the chat, I talked about my experience going to the Broncos game in 1985 against the Chargers in a monster snowstorm. Yes, Mom. Uncle John, against your wishes, took me to that game. I talked about going to the World Series, the Kirk Gibson game. I talked about the 1976 playoffs between the Kings and the Boston Bruins, where my dad took me to the game. I'm banging on the glass. Everybody's like, don't do that. Don't do that. Marcelo Dion scores a goal, comes out and bangs on the glass. So anyways, get Jack back in here. Jack, a peaceful show. We don't have Bill. We can talk.
There you go. Hey, you know what? When I was walking away, I heard you say like you have more people on. Have you guys ever thought like doing it like a different day during the week and just have like open mic? And then like you could bring other people in? Or, here.
It's not my call.
Okay. And then the other thing I thought is I thought this was like a cool show that it actually was a young kid, 19 years old, did this. He called it the West Coast Dugout. And what he had is like you have your Broncos fans come in and you talk your Broncos, but then you talk about all the other teams, you talk all the sports. And so, everyone's on the same page as being a fan on the main team, it's the Broncos, but then you can hash it out and kind of dig each other because you're all friends with the other sporting events.
I added you, Bill, and you removed yourself.
Oh, I thought you.
But I was going to go like that.
Oh, okay. No, you want to know something?
Spence wanted to be in the spotlight, which is fine.
Jack, this is a free-flowing show. We talk primarily about Broncos, but we love talking about anything and everything. I mean, Jack, you've made history on this show with us. We made the 2-hour mark, and we're still going strong.
Oh my God, I'm not even tired.
I'm not
either. This has been so much fun.
I haven't heard any crashing sound from the kids down below. I got my son eating. Oh, Jack.
Let me ask you a question real quick.
Go ahead.
And you can answer this if you want. You don't have to. It has to deal with with a different show. How comfortable are you on the show?
Dude, 100%. Let's keep rocking. This has been so much fun.
Good. No response needed. Thank you.
So I wanted to, Bill, you brought up your baseball moment. And so I wanted it, and again, it's not even my Giants, growing up in the Bay Area. Actually, it was easier for me to ride to Bart on my bike and then take Bart down to the Oakland Coliseum to watch the A's. Plus the A's tickets were cheaper, more access. And so my moment there, this was so much fun. And we talked about the great players, right? During the era, like the ranking when they did like the top 50 and so forth.
Right.
I got to see Nolan Ryan's 6 no-hitter. When you said, everyone's rooting for Sosa, all the A's fans, even myself, we're rooting for Nolan Ryan to get that no-hitter.
You know
what was cool? It's like as a 13-year-old or something like that. Me and my friends were in the upper deck. We were kind of bowing down to him, all three of us in unison. And we got on ESPN in that top 100 as kids.
Nice. And the reason why visiting fans or even home fans cheer for visiting players, because you want to see history. You want to be part of history. You want to say, I was there. When the Cubs won the World Series, oh, it's not up there, but it's right here. When the Cubs won the World Series in 2016, I had tears. I had tears coming down because I literally thought of all those people, 108 years of people who did not see what I was able to see and what I was
Right.
able to witness and what I was able to feel and the emotion. It all came down on me. And my niece was sitting in this chair I'm sitting in, and I was sitting on that couch back there. I jumped up, I grabbed her, I hugged her, I started crying. And she goes, why are you crying? I said, I'm crying tears of joy, but I'm also crying for all those 108 years of people who couldn't see this, that I was given the opportunity in this lifetime to be able to see. That to me overwhelmed me.
Priceless.
Absolutely. And I'll never forget. I go back and watch that 10th inning. I go back and watch that game just to remember. And every time I watch it, I get welled up in emotions because I realize I had a moment in time that 108 years of people couldn't have. Yeah, I know, Jack. It's there's things in life, and Spence is, you know, this all
It's a
too well
moment. It's just
yourself.
that moment
It's a
in
moment.
time.
It's a moment in time that you get to experience that not everybody gets to get. It's crazy.
That's
it's
well
crazy.
said.
Yeah. All right. Do we want to do one last topic, or do we want to call it a show?
Let's wind it up. Let's do one last one.
One last topic before the boss gets home and gets angry.
That's why I said that. That's why I said it. All right. The power rankings have come out prior to the game last night, because obviously the other teams haven't played. Top 10 power rankings are this after 9 games. Number 1. What do you guys think? Who's the number 1 team in the power ranking? I'll give you a hint. It's in the NFC.
Rams.
Nope.
Is it back to the Eagles?
Same division though.
Seahawks.
Yep.
Wow.
Seattle 6-2. Seattle 6-2. Number 2. Who'd you say it was, Spence? Who was your first guess? No, who's your first guess? Rams?
The Rams.
Number 2, 6-2.
Okay.
Number 3, AFC.
Colts.
Yep. 7-2. Number 4, AFC.
Please don't say the Broncos.
Nope.
Really?
Bills?
I said the Broncos. That's what I was thinking.
Number 4, AFC East.
Not the
Bills?
Patriots.
Oh, Bills?
Yep. Number 4, Bills 6-2. So you got 6-2, 6-2, 7-2 because the other 2 were on bye, and Bills 6-2. Number 5, NFC.
Eagles.
Yep. Eagles 6-2. Number 6, AFC.
Broncos.
Nope.
Patriots?
Nope.
Nope.
You're not going to believe this, guys. AFC West.
Not the Chargers.
What?
With all their
Nope. Not the
Kansas
nope.
City?
Yep.
What?
Chiefs 5-4. Okay, this all comes from NFL Network.
You
The
mean the
NFL
National Favoritism League?
Well, there you go. Anyways, yeah,
That was good.
Chiefs are ranked number 6 at 5-4. 5-4.
Really?
Remember what the Bronco record is. They're 5-4, ranked 6. I continue. Number 7, NFC.
Rams
Well,
now.
Huh?
Rams?
No, we already said that. Nope.
Oh, you were saying, okay. I thought
NFC North.
Let's go east of the Mississippi River, so it's got to be Green Bay.
Same division.
Not Minnesota.
Minnesota?
Nope.
Detroit.
Yes.
Oh,
Lions.
God. How did I forget Detroit?
Lions 5-3.
Wow, they're ranked that low or that bad?
Number 7, 5-3. Number 8, NFC South, Florida.
Gotta be the Buccaneers.
Bingo. 6-2. 6-2 is behind the Lions at 5-3. Go figure. All right. Number 9, AFC.
It's got to be our Broncos.
It's
It's got to be your Broncos.
Yep. Broncos 7-2 are behind the 6-2 Seattle, 6-2 Rams, 7-2 Colts, although we lost to them. Okay. 6-2 Bills, 6-2 Eagles, 5-4 Chiefs, 5-3 Lions, 6-2 Buccaneers, and then us. Are you kidding me? Seriously?
So
It has to be because of our offense. It has to be.
it has to be. Here's how I rank the top 5. I had the Rams as number 1. I think they're on a roll right now that you can't beat. To try to go against them and win. They're as complete a full team right now. Number 2, I've got the Colts. I think they're strong. They're a complete team. Number 3, I have the Bills. Now, yes, they've had 2 losses, ugly losses that they shouldn't have had, but I still think they're as complete a team as possible. Number 4, I got the Eagles. They're the Super Bowl champs. Then I have our Broncos at number 5. How the Chiefs at 5-4 are ranked ahead of us, it's a national favoritism league. That's what I think. Jack?
Oh man, in all honesty, it's like as my team ranks at the bottom, if we went the opposite direction, I kind of give the fingers to all the teams that are doing well because it sucks. But give me 1 second. I cannot believe again the Lions were ranked that bad too. And I know they're 5-3, but I hate to say this, but right now I really like the Colts. I really like the Colts. I mean, that offensive line is stout. They got a great running back. So I'm gonna go with those guys right now. And I'll be honest with you, I got your team. I said your team is better. I think the defense was better even before the season started, based on all the players that the Eagles lost. And I never expected the Bo Nix to be this Bo Nix. I expected Bo Nix of last year. So actually I have you guys number 2. That's why I never pick against you. The Eagles, they got lucky. They were pulling off the Patrick Mahomes stuff, block field goals, block punts, running it down for a touchdown. They're just not as deep this year, but they are the Super Bowl champs. So I'm going to give them number 3. I like the Rams, again, as a team. Number 4, and again, I do like the Lions. Again, it may not be like the order that anyone else has, but I just as teams and the players that are on these teams, I didn't look at the schedule, so I don't know what they have, strength of schedule, but just teams that I actually like, and I think they all got good shots. So I got you guys number 2.
How about that? Jacqueline Hyde is Bo Nix.
Yep. I mean, it's amazing.
Right,
he looked incredible and consistent against the Cowboys, yet the Raiders, who, Jack, we might argue may not be as good a team as Dallas, he looks deplorable.
Yep.
Which means the Raiders are going to go next Monday and beat up on the Cowboys.
There you go.
I'll make them my lock of the week.
There you go. Now
All right, show up in the chat, Spence, and put your score on the Wild West. Put your score in that chat.
Will do.
We went through the first 9. The Broncos are 7-2, ranked number 9 by NFL Network. Who do you think is number 10? NFC.
Now Green Bay.
Bingo.
Yeah.
5-2-1. Green Bay 5-2. Now, the other 2 AFC West teams are ranked accordingly. Who's number 14?
Chargers, but
Chargers.
I don't. Well,
6-3.
They're ranked. They're ranked 14 because they've got a plethora of injuries right now.
Good.
Oh my God.
Good. Keep them down.
You're saying that against about your favorite team, Bill?
No,
Come
it's not
on.
my favorite team. Jack, I'm telling you, Jack, don't go too far because I'm about ready to kick him off the show. So don't go too far. Just kidding. Just
I'm just
kidding.
laughing because I hear it on the other show. So there you go.
Oh, he
I
laughed.
just hear it on the other shows, so that's why it's
I
not
know, because they all like to make fun of me. Which I look around, and go, do you see any orange? I mean, not orange, but any yellow? And not yellow. Anyways, okay, all right. And Jack, you should be welcoming this. The Raiders are not ranked 32nd by NFL Network. They are ranked. What do you think they're ranked at?
Probably so there's 32, like 24, 25.
A little lower.
What? 30, 53? 35?
27. 27.
27? Oh, that's close. I was just looking at, before the game started, the draft order, I think they're, slided at 8. So that's why I did 8 minus the 32.
Yeah. Yeah. No, they're ranked 27th. But that was before the game last night. So I have no idea. That was after week 9. After week 9. So, anyways, Jack, it's been an absolute privilege having you on. You've been a fantastic addition. Seriously. Great guest. Had some great comments, some great insight, great history with some of the things you were saying about, what you experienced, and great questions you threw out to us and to the chat and everything. Jack, I want to throw this out to you as I'm throwing it out to Spence. He has no idea what I'm going to say, but I'm throwing it out there. Jack, in the future, would you be willing to come back on again?
I thought of coming on the bye week.
There you go. You can come on in the bye week. Absolutely. You're more than welcome. Hopefully we can have Johnny on. He's a young kid. He's 26 years old, so he'll be the youngest one in the group. But hopefully his situation with his family and whatever he's going through is, will be.
Well, God bless you, Johnny. I hope everything works out.
Yeah, I totally agree. Jack, like I said, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much. Really do appreciate it. We're going to do it again. Let's do it again the bye week. I'll let Mudungus know. He can send you out the link to get in. Spence, as always, before we get out of here, why don't you run down the chat and just thank everybody and make special attention to the super chats. Thank you.
Yeah, no, David Yonkin, thank you so much for the 2 super chats. We really do appreciate it. 93 Navman, thank you so much for the super chat. We really do appreciate it. It's going to go a long way to supply the beers that Bill and I drink so that we can provide you this great entertainment and great information. So thank you so much. Flying Dragon, really appreciate you being a part of the chat. Thank you so much. Detron 6060, thank you for being a part of the show. Welcome to the show. We really do appreciate it. Edward Under Coffee or Coffer, thank you so much for being a part of the show. Your comments, welcome to the show. Mom and Dad, with your comments, Mom, yeah, Jack is married. Come on, Mom.
Yeah, but she didn't say anything. She used to tell me that I'm handsome. She didn't say anything. I feel bad.
No, she sent your picture to a cosmetic magazine, so you can.
Yeah, which means I need cosmetics.
I don't know. Anyways, Crota, your friend Crota 1456. Who was that? Amy, was it?
Oh, Cindy Rhoda.
Cindy, thank you for being a part of the show. Clayton Haran, thank you for jumping in. Victory
Thanks,
Lap, thank you for coming in here at the end. Appreciate that. My cousin Emma, who's still up late in Boston, thank you very much for being a part of the show. And my buddy Todd, who just got off work, who's watching the show, thank you guys so much for being patient for us.
Nice.
Bill, we reached the 2-hour and 20-minute mark for our show. Jack,
First time ever, man. First time ever, Jack.
Bring the energy, bring the enthusiasm. We really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. Oh, Cindy,
And thank you guys for having me on. This has been absolutely a blast.
Cindy, my heart goes out to you, girl. You know I love you. You know I love you. You're amazing, amazing person. Even if your dog scared the crap out of me when I worked there in the school district. So I love you, girl. You know that. I wish you and Bob all the best, man. Thank you so much for watching. You mean the world to me. Thank you. That's the greatest way to end the show. Guys, it's been fantastic. Thank you so much, Jack, again. Kona, as always, being the co-host. As always, Jack, we will do it again. Guys, until next Friday. No game this Sunday because we had the game last Friday, yesterday, last Thursday, yesterday. Till a week from Sunday. Enjoy your weekend. Whatever you guys may do, we will talk to you next Friday. Till then, guys, have a fantastic, fantastic weekend. Jack, once again, thanks for being on the show.
No, thank you guys.
Fast lane when I pass in the street, bag of money in the passenger seat. Tempo's been asking for me on the road from the west to the east. Way up, I might never come down, cause the coast's racking up the flame out.